Hi, and welcome to Conversion Conversations. This is Cameron, and today I'm taking a look at Transformers Generations Legacy United Generation 1 Universe Sandstorm. We've got a triple changer again, the G1 triple changer Sandstorm, this time as a leader class figure. This is the second Sandstorm we've gotten in Generations. The first one was a remold of the Thrilling 30 Springer toy. This time we've got an all-new dedicated mold. And we're starting out in the Dune buggy version, this vehicle mode. It rolls really, really nicely. These do feel, I mean, this is like some proper rubber tires, and that sort of thing does excite me. We can even, let's see, peel. Yeah. So, you know, it totally, that is a big plus for me. Now, I am very confident, just like other rubber tires, eventually, you know, they lose their elasticity, but it still feels really, really nice. He rolls really, really well. And yeah, we're starting out, you know, is this a leader class vehicle mode? Well, we can compare it. Here he is next to a deluxe. So you can kind of see the size difference here. Now, I feel like leaders in general have been shrinking. If we are comparing it to what was a Voyager in Thrilling 30, here is, you know, it's not the previous Sandstorm mold, but it is what the remold was based off. We can see they're essentially the same size here. Now, if I'm weighing them in hand, Sandstorm does feel a little bit heavier, but we can see dimension-wise, we're not that far off from where we were before. We do have a lot of really nice detail here. I love, you know, the contrasting. We've got a richer reddish orange and then a more yellow orange, so they contrast at certain spots. Against the black, it looks really good. We've got some yellow painted lights up front. We've got some black and silver details in the back. We've got this cool cage piece. We've got the you know, windshield, some silver up top. All around, it looks really good. It rolls. And in Dune buggy mode, that's really all it does. The gun can spin up top, and there is an interesting integration here. So in this Dune buggy mode, we can take this gun off, we can take this cage off and this winch, and then down here, there's this gun stores away, and we've got a plate here that does really help hold everything together. But if I am careful, I can come in here and pull that cage off, closing things back up. And then this forms up into a like lift cage. Oop. And then we can take this winch and we can put it up top here. And these are really the accessories that he comes with. We can set those to the side because we can go ahead and start transforming it into his second alt mode, the helicopter mode. We're going to start out, we're going to flip up this tail piece here. We're going to come in and we're going to disengage. There's a tab connecting this section of the car here. Tab this out. Same thing on this side. Tab this out. Bring these up, and there's a tab that connects these. You can see this is kind of the robot chest. We're going to, with this chest up, we're going to separate it from the front of the Dune buggy, bringing it up so that we can lower, untab this piece, pop out this head, and we're going to take this assembly and we're going to lower this down, compressing it as far as possible down here. With that out of the way, we can take these side panels here for the Dune buggy section where the arms tabbed in, close those back up, come around on the back. We're going to untab our front tires, and we're going to flip one down and one, rotate them, that one down, and this one, there we go, up. You want to rotate it so that it can still bend on this joint. And we're going to take this section and we're going to flip this up all the way. And there is a tab right here that will tab into this silver slot right here. I do think over time, probably we're going to see some paint wear, but for right now, it's okay. Same thing on this side. And that lets these tires kind of fold up nice and securely here and gives us access to these caster pieces for the helicopter mode, which I think is pretty neat. Then for the blades on the helicopter, we're going to take this piece, untab it, to give us room to lift up the helicopter blades and rotate them around, allowing us to take this whole section oh, actually, before I do that, we want to untab from the sides these two sections, letting us take this whole section and bringing it up and around. We can take this section that we flipped out of the way for the helicopter blades and flip it back in place this way. There we go. And this whole section is going to tab in relatively securely. It's going to get even more secure as we lock some other things in place. With our arms out of the way, we can take these front sections and kind of see how the helicopter section, the cockpit's going to come together. We're going to take our cockpit sections and we're going to rotate them 180 on either side, moving these pieces out of the way. Rotate this 180. Then this section will flatten out all the way here, and we can bring these down, and you can see there's a reddish orange tab that goes into the yellowish orange slot. Same thing on this side. Bring this down. My side has this right, I guess if we're facing this way, this left side of the helicopter comes in a lot tighter and cleaner than the right side. I have done this transformation at least a dozen times now between recording the short, fiddling with it, trying to record this video, and it just, my front section does not seem to want to come in. I've tried playing around with if it's the chest section position to see if it needs to be lower or set in a different space. The arms, they can help make things more secure by tabbing in. They've got little tabs and slots right here, but nothing I do seems to get this piece to close all the way, which has been a really frustrating experience with this toy. It just keeps wanting to pop up. And I'm looking to see if there is, you can see this corner is kind of chewed up. I don't know if maybe that has something to do with it. It just, when it comes around, it doesn't want to seat. Oh, did I get it? Not really. It just doesn't want to seat up all the way, which is, especially when you like transforming your toys and you want to look at them and play with them in alt mode, it is really frustrating. We can flip out our four blades like so, and it does, the propeller does, it did spin really nice. Let's see. There we go. Pop it out and it spins really, really nice. This back piece also spins really nice when you got the tail up. We do have this winch has a rope section that can come out. It's, pretty decently long. It can winch in right here. So you can have his helicopter mode, carrying something around. The guns, you've got two ports, on the outside arms of the helicopter. So you can put them in place. This is probably the best I've gotten that front section to come together, and it's still not, I'd say, satisfying in the way it comes together. But here he is in helicopter mode. And I'd say looks-wise, the mold looks really nice. It just didn't come together perfectly. We've got, additional gray paint along with the silver, which is nice. The wheels, I feel are hidden away pretty well. He still rolls. He rolls on these front wheels as well as these caster pieces we revealed. That is really neat. I dig it a lot. While I don't have the Siege Springer that, was a Voyager and then it's getting retooled and re-released as a leader, that's clearly the character that the robot that this is supposed to go with. I do obviously have the Thrilling 30 mold, and I can say, I actually like the way they look together. I mean, it's very distinct helicopters. This is clearly more of a military attack style. This is more of a civilian, or maybe like a cargo carrier like a Chinook or something. I dig the way these look together. Not a Chinook because those have two propellers, but I like how they look, and I'll do a better comparison with the Legacy United, or whatever we're calling it, Springer, when that leader comes out. But as is, I like how it looks. I just a little frustrated by the fiddliness, even though the transformation itself is very simple. And then to get it in robot mode, it is also simple. Let's see, we're gonna fold up our propellers to get those out of the way. We are gonna take off these pieces again. We can open up these panels to fold back this piece, letting us fold around the blades. We have these pieces here that are going to come up and through, folding this back up, collapsing it, and then collapsing this on top, snapping it into place. We can come in on the sides here on his canopy, his cockpit, folding up these sections, swinging these sections out. We're going to take these pieces and fold them back 180 on either side. Like so. We can untab the arms. We're going to take his robot mode head. You saw it's on a platform that was collapsed down. We're going to pop it back up, but not all the way. It's gonna come up in place here for us to take this chest piece, and we're gonna bring this up. We need to pop out the piece that we folded away on his car mode canopy. And then this is another one of those fiddly pieces. There is a peg in the chest that is going to go into a slot, the height of which we determine with our platform for his neck and head. So I have found that it'll peg in. You just kind of got to get it to finesse it to the right height. And what I end up doing is I end up popping his head forward so I can get that slot in. And then I try and get these side tabs into the backpack, and that kind of secures his chest. We can come in on the tires here. We're going to flip each section all the way back around like so, tabbing the wheels back in where they were. And you can see these are already kind of forming. Oh, go this way. These are already kind of forming legs. All we really need to do on the legs is slide them all the way down like so. With those fully extended, we can pop out his legs apart and then pop forward his toes, which pops back his heels. Get it? Same thing on this side. We can have him planted, and then these will pop open, but that's not a big deal. We can flip down his forearms, flipping out a wrist, and then extending. There's a double joint there to extend that arm. Same thing on this side. And yeah, this is a point of frustration for me. That chest will constantly come loose. I have not been able to get, ever since I first undid it. So you can see like there's a tab here, there's a slot here, and there's a place here to stick it. And it just, I don't know what it is about getting everything lined up, but the chest just wants to come off. But here he is all transformed. Hey, pop that, there we go. And yeah, here is Sandstorm in a super robot, G1 robot looking alt mode. We can give him a forearm blaster. We can put a gun in this hand. We can take this and we can, stick it underneath. And I do like that the winch to roll this back up, you can see there are little tabs here. So gripping this to spin it is actually super easy and convenient. That is an extra piece. I've dealt with winch toys where that wasn't the case. It's perfectly round and it's just a little more annoying. But here is Sandstorm with his chest once again popping out. And I'll say, initially, he at least looks good. But I think this does illustrate to me the shrinkage that we've been witnessing. We all talk about shrinkflation. Here we can see, if you notice, this is a leader figure that I didn't really need to adjust my camera for. I'm not having to adjust it until I put a Thrilling 30 Voyager on screen. The Sandstorm is a tiny leader. If we compare him to a deluxe, I mean, he is clearly in the Voyager size range. Now, we talk about, deluxe Voyager leader. Those are, they are traditionally called size classes, but in this case, they are more accurately price points. Sandstorm does, for example, if we compare him to, a Voyager from this wave, he is shorter than Voyager Starscream, but he is more complicated. He does have a higher parts count. But at $55, I don't think they went far enough with the parts count. There are things here that do annoy me. Articulation isn't bad. I'm going to get rid of this just because it dangles and it annoys me. The head can waggle a little bit, but I think, especially with the double jointage we had, we should have a little more flexibility here. And if you notice, I have to press my thumb on his chest to try and hold him together as I articulate the head. It wants to unseat itself. That is a point of frustration. This whole chest section, there's a tab here, there's a slot here to peg into. What it needed was friction attachments. Like we have these curved pieces here. There should have been tabs that slid in that like click solidly into place. That seems like that wouldn't add too much complexity to the mold and would have made it a lot more solid. We do get kind of 360 on the arms, but we have to watch out for quite a large backpack. We can go out that far, which is fine. We are double jointed because of transformation, which I appreciate. We do have wrist swivel. Look at that chest coming undone. We can Van Dam. We do have hip twist, but it is blocked by, again, a very large backpack. We can kick up plenty high. I do appreciate that. We can kick back plenty far. We do have an interesting limitation. We can only go 90 degree in the leg, even though it's kind of hollow back here, and that's a result of the way this transforms. Again, if I'm paying for a leader and it's this small, that would have been a lovely double jointed knee. That's a cool opportunity. We do have thigh swivel. We do have ankle tilt. We have toe tilt. So he is like decently posable, but it is a fiddly transformation. There are panels that struggle to align properly. This chest, really, you do any sort of playing and it just comes undone. That is, for me, the biggest point of frustration. The helicopter mode looks nice. The car mode, I think, does the best job at what it's doing. The helicopter mode's second best, and it's really just the fact that anytime I want to move the arms, like before anything else moves, right? I want to move this, I just want to rotate this. Oh, no, look, chest came undone. That is really disappointing. I don't think this is just on my copy. I've watched some other people's reviews. I've seen some things. It seems like it's a very common issue. And again, this is not a $30 toy. This is not a Voyager, although deluxes are almost $30 now. This is not a Voyager, which is a $40 toy these days. This is a $55 toy. For comparison, this guy was half the price when I got him. This was 27 bucks. This is $55. That is, to me, disappointing, just in terms of value. We can also talk about size and things. If we're comparing it, I think the other most recent triple changing leader that came out, was going to be our double dealer here. And if we look, this is a lot more toy. This was Earthrise, so it's not that long ago, but you can see the size difference here. This is what I think of when I think of a leader. I even think of bigger things than this as leader. If we're thinking more recent, Tigerhawk came out last year, and we can see here kind of the difference in size here. Sandstorm really is the not the first time, but the most extreme example I have witnessed of these undersized leaders. Not just undersized, but underpolished and undervalued. It is to me, a disappointing purchase. Now, I don't have a Sandstorm. I looked online. If I wanted to get a Thrilling 30 Sandstorm, which again is a remold of this, it would be about the same price. You might get, you know, if you're buying it used, you're looking at maybe $50 to $80 if you're trying to get it sealed in box. But if you're picking it up secondhand, $50. So you know you might even get it a little cheaper than this guy. I think I recognize that is the IDW Sandstorm. I really love IDW Springer. It's hard for me to imagine replacing IDW Springer. I didn't have a huge attachment to IDW Sandstorm, so I am excited to have a G1 Sandstorm, but it did not nail it, if I'm being honest. The colors look nice. I like the color and the paintwork and stuff, but the engineering here did not hold up. I think it could have been cleaner in certain aspects. We could have been a little more complex. I like how simple the transformation is, but for a transformation that is so simple, for a toy that is so small, for how pricey it is, it really needed to nail those finishing details, like locking into place in certain areas. That is a disappointing purchase for me. I would not recommend Sandstorm. That being said, I am still keeping this guy. Just because I don't have a Sandstorm, and now, you know, I didn't have a Sandstorm and now I do. And I am overall, you know, I'm fine with it. If the opportunity comes along for another Sandstorm, I'll probably replace it. But for right now, you know, I'm happy with this one. I guess I will say we do get kind of a fake butterfly joint here, but it does break up the sculpt a little bit. But that all that said, you know, I'm keeping Sandstorm. I would not recommend you picking up now. I think hopefully you get a chance to pick them up on sale. That would be a great opportunity. Hey, half price, like if you're paying Voyager price for them, or you know, something like that, $30. That would be, I would highly recommend it at that price. But at $55, it is just a hard sell. With that, let's go check out our winners, because I have 2 giveaways I need to announce. Cybertron Starscream and Cyberverse Chromia. We're going to go check out the winners for these 2. Thanks for watching the review, everyone.
Yes, I am back from Peru, and I have some toys to give away. We have some winners to announce for our 2 giveaways: Transformers Legacy United Deluxe Chromia and Legacy United Voyager class Cybertron Starscream. I've got a little bit of a cough. Excuse me. All right. So, per our giveaway rules, if you left a comment in either video answering the giveaway question, Chromia's question was about trivia, Starscream was about repaints, and you wanted to enter the giveaway, then you got a little heart, and all the people who entered got listed over here on the left side. So on Chromia, we had 20 entries, and here are all the comments on the Chromia video for completeness sake. Peru was awesome, by the way. It was really, really fun. We've been talking about it during the live streams. It was a really good time. So let's see who our winner for Chromia is. Ran between 1 and 20. 9. 9 is Incoherent Babbler. Incoherent Babbler, congratulations. Oh, you had a super cool, interesting bit of trivia that the MTT from Phantom Menace was actually based off a Viacon concept. That's a really cool one. Okay, so Incoherent Babbler, congratulations on winning Chromia. And then we're going to go back, and we're going to go into, oh yeah, I guess you get to a little peek behind the curtains on how we organize things on the channel. Then we're going to go into our Cybertron Starscream video, organize our comments by newest, and then this time we had almost 30 entries. So once again, starting at the bottom, here are all the comments on the video. Again, a lot of like really fun repaint ideas. A couple of my favorites. People were talking about the Blackout, who I feel like people were asking, I think, for this guy. But yeah, it's it's probably this guy. Yeah, like this as a repaint. Fun ideas like that. But just ideas for repaints for Cybertron Starscream. So we had 29 entries, and our winner is Rand between 1 and 29. I did a period instead of a comma. There we go. 1 through 29. Number 21. That's Ginjit. Hopefully I'm saying that right. Ginjit, congratulations. Let's find you. You should be pretty... here we go. Ginjit, classic Skywarp repaint. And yeah, Thundercracker and Skywarp were different molds in Cybertron. I recognize that, but it would still be cool to get this toy repainted as the 3 classic Seekers. So congratulations, Ginjit. Congratulations to Incoherent Babbler. If you haven't won my giveaway before, you reach out to me. I'm on, we have our Facebook page. We have our Twitter page, our Twitter account. We're on Retro Art, not Retro Arch. We're on Mastodon. We're on Instagram. We're on Discord. All sorts of ways you can reach out to us. Confirm that you're a winner. You'll leave a comment in today's video saying, hey, you won, and this is the method you reached out to us. And then we will get, we'll talk. You can share your shipping information, and we'll get things boxed up and sent your way as soon as possible. Thanks, everybody, for watching, and catch you all on the next one. Bye.